Welcome students, myself SC Kunde from Gokhale Education Societies, JDC Bitco English Medium High School, Nasik Road. I am starting new lesson Science 1, lesson number 11, Reflection of Light. In this lesson, we will study important topics: mirrors and types of mirrors, spherical mirrors and image formed by the spherical mirrors, magnification due to spherical mirrors. What is light? Light is a form of electromagnetic radiations with a wavelength which can be detected by the human eye. It is a small part of the electromagnetic spectrum and radiations given off by stars like the sun. What is the reflection of light? Reflection is when light bounces off an object. If the surface is smooth and shiny, like glass, water, or polished metal, the light will reflect at the same angle as it hit the surface. This is called reflection of a light. Mirrors and types of mirrors. First is plane mirror. What is a mirror? We need polished surface for reflecting light. This is because polished surface absorb less light and so maximum light gets reflected. In scientific language, a surface which reflects light and creates clear image is called mirror. A mirror is a reflecting surface. We use various types of mirrors in our daily life. Mirrors are of two types: plane mirror and spherical mirrors. Plane mirrors are used in various activities in our day-to-day life. A mirror is made by coating the back surface of a flat and smooth glass piece with a thin reflecting film of aluminium or silver. To protect this reflecting film and to make that side opaque, another coat of a substance like lead oxide is given over it. Opaque means the transparent. We see a clear image of ourselves when we stand in front of a mirror in our house. To understand how an image is formed in a mirror, let us first consider an image formed by a point source. Light rays travel in all directions from such source. Several of these rays fall on the mirror, get reflected and reach our eyes due to the reflection. They appear to be coming from a point behind the mirror. That point is the image of the point source. In this diagram, it shows that the light rays falling perpendicularly on the mirror are reflected back in the perpendicular direction. In this diagram, it shows a point source O in front of the plane mirror M1, M2. Incident rays OR1 and OR2 get reflected according to the laws of reflection along path R1S1 and R2S2 respectively. When these reflected rays are extended behind the mirror, meet at O1. When seen from E, the rays appear to be coming from O1. Other rays starting from O also get reflected and appear to be coming from O1. Thus, point O1 is the image of O. The reflected rays do not actually meet. Hence, such an image is called virtual image. The perpendicular distance of the image from the mirror is equal to the perpendicular distance of the source from the mirror. If we use an extended source instead of a point source, an image is formed of every point of the source, thereby forming an extended image of the whole source. As shown in the diagram, an extended source PQ is kept in front of the mirror M1, M2. The image of P and Q are formed at P1 and Q1 respectively. Similarly, image of all points between P and Q are formed between P1 and Q1, resulting in the image P1 and Q1 of entire extended source. The image formed by a plane mirror is of the same size as the source. Spherical mirrors. You must have seen the mirrors displayed in the laughing chamber in a fair. Your face appears distorted in these mirrors. Why does this happen? These mirrors are different from the mirrors we have at home. They are curved. The image formed by curved mirrors are different from these formed by the plane mirrors. Because of this, we do not see the familiar images in these mirrors. The rear view mirror in cars, which enable driver to see the vehicles coming from behind, are curved mirrors. If we cut a rubber ball into two parts, we can see that each of the two parts has two types of surfaces. Generally, spherical mirrors are part of a hollow glass sphere. The inner or outer surface of this part is coated with a shiny substance to produce a spherical mirror. Reflection of light takes place either from its outer or inner surface. There are two types of spherical mirrors: concave mirror and convex mirror. Concave mirrors. If the inner surface of the spherical mirror is reflecting surface, then it is called a concave mirror. Convex mirror. If the outer surface of the spherical mirror is the reflecting surface, then it is called a convex mirror. Terms related to spherical mirror. Now in this, first is the pole. The center of the mirror surface is called its pole. P is the pole of the mirror in this diagram. Next is center of curvature. The center sphere which the mirror is a part is called the center of curvature of the mirror. C is the center of curvature of the mirror. Next is radius of curvature. The radius of the sphere of which the mirror is a part is called radius of curvature of the mirror. The length CP and CA in the diagram is the radius of the mirror or radius of curvature. Principal axis. The straight line passing through the pole and the center of curvature of the mirror is called its principal axis. PM is the principal axis of the mirror in the diagram. Next is the principal focus. Incident rays which are parallel to the principal axis of a concave mirror after reflection from the mirror meet at a particular point in front of the mirror on the principal axis. This point F is called the principal focus of the concave mirror. In the case of a convex mirror, incident rays parallel to the principal axis after reflection appear to come from a particular point behind the mirror lying along the principal axis. This point is called the principal focus of the convex mirror. Then next is focal length. The distance f between the pole and the principal focus of the mirror is called the focal length. This distance is half of the radius of curvature of the mirror.